This is the plaintiff, Carmine DeCosmo. He says he bought a Sony home entertainment system from the defendant's store, and it was sealed in a new box and everything. Problem is, it didn't work. He called Sony and was told the product was a defect and should not have been sold in the first place. Now he can't get his money returned and needs the judge's help big time. He's suing for $370, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, Andy Sada. He says the plaintiff is rude, used racial epithets against his sales manager, and is simply misinformed and out of line. Anytime you buy a product from Sony, it says clearly, if you have a problem, do not call the retailer, call them directly. They've been in business for 20 years, don't cheat people, and are innocent of any wrongdoing. He's accused of unloading a defect.
Carmine DeCosmo, you are suing Andy Sada, doing business as Newark Radio. You are the owner, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. For $370 that you paid him for a stereo unit that you say is defective. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on.
I walked into the store early May this year. I looked at a unit I wanted to buy, wrote down the model number, how much it cost, walked out. About 3 months later, he gave me a call. He said he had the unit in. I walked in. He did not have the particular unit I wrote down. So I settled for the second best. Instead of an X9 stereo.
Wait, but did you call and he said, I have it? And then when you got there, he said, here's this other thing, I don't have that?
Correct. He said he had
you
the
deny
unit.
that, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
now, why didn't you just not buy it if it's not what you wanted?
No, when you settle for Sony, you can't go wrong.
Okay, so you said, okay, I'll take that one. All right, so you wanted that one. And was this for you or for somebody else?
It was a gift for a niece.
For a
Intended.
niece?
Yes.
Wow, you're a nice uncle.
Trying to be.
Can't remember when anybody ever rained a stereo on. None of my uncles rained a stereo on me. All right, go ahead.
I took the unit home. I tested it out. One speaker only worked on the MP3.
Okay.
I called up Sony Corp. They told me it was a defect. They'd be sending a shipping label out for repairs.
Right.
They did have the upgrade to the other one, but they did not carry the X9 that I was looking for, so I settled for the X6. When I called
Wait, now you're confusing me. Is the X6 what you bought from him?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
But when you say they did not have the X9 available, are you repeating what happened at his store, or are you telling me what Sony
I'm
tells
sorry, I don't mean to confuse you.
That's
What I'm
all right.
trying to say is when I called up the Corp, I tried to make an upgrade.
An upgrade. Okay.
That's all.
And they said
Not possible.
because logistically it's not possible because we don't upgrade, or we don't have the one you want?
They don't have the particular
Nobody
unit.
has the one you want. The one you want, is it new or is it old? Is it?
It's an old dinosaur. It's a big beast, more
It's
wattage.
an old dinosaur. Okay, but it's specifically what you wanted rather than
Yes.
something new. And why is that? Because of the price, or
No.
is it a good product?
It's a good product. I prefer old, sometimes some of the newer stuff, but in my build, this suits me fine. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Okay. All right. So Sony says no, we don't have it, and then what happens?
I called up. They said they'd send out a return
Shipping label.
A shipping label, 3 to 4 weeks. That passed by. I called again. They sent it again. They said they did it again. I called the third time. They said they were making changes with their carriers. They went from UPS to FedEx. They no longer send out shipping labels. You have to copy it on the computer. My computer's down. I'm still waiting. It's been almost 15 days.
Wait, your computer's down. Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't just email you the shipping label. That's what should have happened on day one. All right, but then you're suing him, not Sony. So explain.
It's easier to sue him, get the money back, and buy right than to wait through corporate headquarters and go through the rigmarole.
Really?
Takes too long.
Okay, all right. Tell me your side of things.
Yes, Judge. He was looking for a stereo, the 9. I would say between March and April, but I told him it's been gone from the market. I haven't seen it since Christmas. Wait 2-3 weeks. He says he could wait months. Then he called and called and called. I told him that model is discontinued, but I have a similar one. And I took him to the back room and I showed him, because we had one on layaway. It looks exact, the same one, almost. It looks the same. The one he wanted is 4 speakers, but the one I sold him has got 2 speakers, but double woofer. In other words,
But you explained that to him?
of course, I showed to him.
Okay.
And matter of fact, I have a picture of the one he was looking for.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have the receipt for the transaction?
Sure.
May I
yes,
see
yes,
it? Do you
yes,
have the
Judge.
receipt for the transaction? May I see
He
your copy?
purchased it in June 1st. Then he took me to court September 3.
Okay.
Between this 3 months period, he called couple of times. He never complained. Otherwise, would have directed him to call up Sony.
Okay.
Sony, they stand behind their products, and most products, they have 90 days on labor and 1 year parts warranty.
Right?
Matter of fact, this one comes with Sony products. It says, do not return to the store if you
Have a problem, contact the manufacturer.
He called us.
And actually, his receipt says manufacturer warranty only with not one, but two exclamation points.
Right, he signed for it down
and the
there.
word only in capitals.
Thank
Okay,
you.
go ahead.
Yes, that was in June.
Right. So he calls for 3 months saying what?
No, first he called me June 19. It's still in his mind, the other model.
Right.
I told him I cannot get it. That one is gone from the market. It's history. How can I get it? He says, why don't you try? I said, well, I don't make Sony in the back of the store.
Okay. When did it get nasty?
He called me in July 19. He asked me about to get it for him and stuff like that. I told him.
So he's not saying, hey, there's a problem with the one I
no,
bought.
he never complained.
He's saying, I really, really want the other one. Can't you get it?
Right. Then July 20th, he called again. I wasn't there. The manager was there. He said, let me talk to your terrorist boss.
Let me talk to your terrorist boss.
Yeah, he talked to that Lewis, which is the manager of the store.
Okay. How'd that go over?
We called here.
What did Lewis say when he said that?
Then he called Star 69 on that day.
Oh, but wait, what happened? He hung up?
Yeah.
Well, but he called and said that.
Because Lewis, he said, who are you? He didn't know who he was first. Then Lewis called Star 69 from the store phone 3 times, and he figured out his name. And
he figured out it was this customer.
Well, answer machine. His answer machine picked up, it says his name and the phone number. We got everything, all the information.
Mr. DeCosmo, did you lose your patience and say those things to his employee?
So if this plaintiff really did hurl these epithets and talk about terrorists and everything else, should that be used against him in court?
No, I don't think that's fair to hold that against him.
Why?
Just because it's just a prejudice and preconceived notions, and
It's irrelevant, but does it go to his character at all?
No.
It's just irrelevant.
Yes.
It's all about the Sony.
Yep.
Got your point. Going inside the courtroom.
I called him a nut butt and hung up.
You made a little crank call? Called him a nut butt?
Well, I called him and told him that it was defective, and he told me that he was going to supply the missing parts. He was going to give them to me for free. When I told him I called Sony Corp and it was a defect, he told me now you're going to have to pay for them. I called him a nut butt and hung up.
Did you say he had a terrorist boss?
No.
Okay, so go on.
Yes, he did. Matter of fact, we called a police officer in Newark Police Department, and we told him what's going on. They say if he calls again, just file a harassment report against him. And he never called again to the store, so we don't have to bother. We thought the case was over. He never told me there was something. He said, the jack you promised me for MP3 player. I said, the jacks, I'll give you a jack. The RCA jack goes to your MP3 player.
Mr. DeCosmo, are you not the kind of guy who might say something like that? That's not in your Constitution. You would never say something like that? Tell me why in your complaint I can read the following phrase. Andy is an Indian guy, an Arabian. When we first met, we shook hands and spoke for 2 minutes. Then when I had the problem, he was worse than a woman. He was blowing hot and cold after I asked him like 3 questions. Why is that in your complaint? What does it mean, worse than a woman? Do you mean because he said no and you're used to women saying no to you?
Don't take it the wrong way.
Don't take it the wrong way. What's the right way? I guess you didn't know I'd be a Hispanic woman and judge this case? Dude, seriously, Mr. DeCosmo, listen to me. This is like really cut and dry. And even from your own lips, it's really cut and dry, isn't it? Take a look. You have a receipt. The receipt is very clear who the warranty is from. And you look me right in the eye and say, it's too much trouble to go through getting a shipping label sent to me and shipping this over. It's easier for me to sue him. What is easy for you is none of my concern. You're wasting my time. You know you're wasting my time. I know you're wasting my time. And he knows you're wasting my time and his time. Okay? Because everyone knows that, in fact, you have to go to the manufacturer. Now you've blown it because you've passed the time in your playing, crank calling, and trying to maneuver. You have now passed the 90 days where they would warranty it. So now you're stuck with it. There's nothing. I know. Don't raise your hand with me. Go take it up with Sony. Verdict for the defendant.
Hold on. Time out. It was purchased July 1st, and the call was made the 17th.
Well, so time ran out. According to the verdict here, step right over here and tell me Okay, what's your reaction to the outcome here coming out?
The information was misinformed. Number one, I went for one unit, settled for a second. Number two, he marked down how much the second unit cost, which was $350. If she sees on the receipt he charged me $370 without tax, she'll know, number one. Number two, the call was made the 17th. It was one phone call. Check their bills. Check their phone bills. Don't waste my time and patience.
Come on in. Step in here. What's your feeling on the outcome here?
I feel this is very fair judgment because we've been there for 20 years, and we are having very satisfied customers.
Yeah,
loyal.
he doesn't seem too satisfied.
Well, we have 1,000 other satisfied customers. He wasn't because it's his fault. He had waited that long. He never complained to us. He want to get what he get. He doesn't want to waste the time, but he's wasting our time being here. But the judge was fair, and that's what I expected.
Harvey?
Okay, you know, if the deal didn't specifically say that the only recourse was against the manufacturer, the retailer could also be on the hook. That's the way the law works, but that was not the case here. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.